The Clone Wars were a tumultuous time for the galaxy, and no one knew that better than the Jedi Order. But when Supreme Chancellor Palpatine issued the infamous Order 66, directing the clone troopers to kill their Jedi commanders, the future of the Jedi seemed uncertain. Did any of the revered Jedi survive the massacre? How did they evade their former allies and the all-seeing eye of the Empire? Join us as we uncover the stories of every single Jedi survivor of Order 66 and see how they persevered against all odds to keep the light of the Force alive. Starting us off at number 1, we have Yoda. Yoda was on Kashyyyk helping the native Wookiees fight off the Confederacy's droid army when Order 66 was issued, as seen in Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Yoda departed Kashyyyk with the assistance of Chewbacca and Tarful to meet with Bail Organa and Obi-Wan on Alderaan. Yoda and Obi-Wan returned to the Jedi Temple of Coruscant shortly after hearing of Anakin's treason and Palpatine's Sith identity. Although the Empire appeared to believe Yoda was dead, the old Jedi Master fled into seclusion. At number 2, Grogu. Grogu, also known as the Child and affectionately referred to as Baby Yoda by fans, first debuted in The Mandalorian, winning our hearts in the process. A member of the same unknown race as Yoda, he was saved from the Jedi Temple on Coruscant by an unknown figure in Season 2. Grogu was probably Luke Skywalker's first apprentice and was trained shortly by him. Grogu, on the other hand, has mostly been with Din Djarin, occasionally demonstrating his capacity to wield the Force to help Djarin when he needs it the most. At number 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan was tracking down General Grievous on the planet Utapau when Clone Commander Cody received the order to kill his Jedi General. Obi-Wan, riding the lizard-like boga up a cliff, crashed into the waters below and fled the planet without the clones noticing. Obi-Wan delivered infant Luke to his aunt and uncle on Tatooine after his combat with Anakin on Mustafar and spent most of his remaining years protecting Luke from afar. Number 4, Nahmad. Nahmad, who was introduced in the young adult novel Force Collector, abandoned the Jedi Order before Order 66 and had a daughter with an unidentified lady. Nahmad abandoned his family to protect them after learning about the Great Jedi Purge and a battle with the Grand Inquisitor. His great-grandson 𝐸𝐸 Sin was possessed the uncommon force power called as psychometry, hunted him down in the book. Number 5, Faren Bar. Faren Bar was a Padawan at the time of Order 66, and it's unknown how he survived the first execution. After his exile, Faren was able to hack into a Coruscant security force hologram and uncover the identity of Darth Vader. With this information, Faren began recruiting supporters of the Jedi's demise in order to overturn the Sith's dominion of the galaxy. He was eventually killed in battle after a clash with Darth Vader. Number 6, Ahsoka Tano and Maul. Ahsoka Tano was introduced as Anakin's Padawan in Star Wars The Clone Wars, but she left the Jedi Order during Season 5. Unfortunately, Ahsoka was lured back into Jedi matters in Season 7 of Star Wars The Clone Wars when she returned to engage in the Siege of Mandalore. Ahsoka was on her way to Coruscant to deliver a captured Maul to the Jedi Council when Anakin succumbed to the dark side. She suspected something was terribly wrong because of her relationship with him. Ahsoka used Maul as a distraction while learning about the inhibitor chip and successfully removed Rex's chip. They fought past acquaintances until their ship crashed on an unfamiliar moon. Darth Vader knew Ahsoka had survived through a Force vision, so she and Rex staged their deaths. Number 7, the Grand Inquisitor. The Grand Inquisitor was the main adversary of the first season of Star Wars Rebels, although after his death, it was revealed that he was a Jedi Knight and Temple Guard. He was at Ahsoka's trial when he was accused of blowing the Jedi Temple and betraying the Order. The Grand Inquisitor was disillusioned with the Jedi Order after the false accusation and the Order's treatment of Ahsoka, and he defected before Order 66, eventually succumbing to the dark side. Later, Emperor Palpatine approached him about leading the Inquisitorius, a group of Jedi hunters. At number 8, Coleman Cash. Coleman Cash was a Jedi Master who served on the Jedi High Council during the Clone Wars' final months. Cash was one of the few Jedi to escape the total chaos and carnage of Order 66, successfully hiding himself from the Empire. Coleman Cash's name appeared on the list of wanted Jedi during Darth Vader's hunt for fellow Order 66 survivor 𝐸𝐿, indicating that he has yet to be found by the Empire. Number 9, 𝐸𝐿. 𝐸𝐿, a Zabrak Jedi Master, left the Order before the Clone Wars to start a family. Darth Vader and his Inquisitors arrived shortly, after 𝐒𝐿𝐾𝐿's daughter was born and the former Jedi was slain. His daughter was kidnapped for Palpatine's Project Harvester, where she was trained to see into the future on the Sith's behalf. Next, at number 10, Luminara Unduli. In Star Wars Rebels, Jedi Master Luminara Unduli was revealed to have survived the initial execution. Luminara was on Kashyyyk with Yoda when the order was made, and instead of being slain, she was arrested and transported to the Spire on Stygian Prime. She was executed not long after by the Grand Inquisitor, but the Empire retained her bones. Following that, Reva at number 11. Reva was a member of the Inquisitors who was introduced in the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus TV show, and a particularly dangerous one, as her force ability of empathy made her a brilliant huntress. Tie-in comics have established that all Inquisitors are former Jedi, and Reva looks to be one of the few younglings to survive the Jedi Temple murder. Number 12, Fifth Brother and Seventh Sister. Along with the Grand Inquisitor, the Fifth Brother and Seventh Sister were members of the Imperial Inquisitors and secondary antagonists in Star Wars Rebels. All Inquisitors were revealed to be fallen Jedi in the Darth Vader comics. Any Jedi who survived the Great Jedi Purge following Order 66 was turned to the dark side and entrusted with tracking down remaining Jedi for sensitive children and political dissidents. The Fifth Brother and Seventh Sister were both unidentified former Jedi who survived Order 66 and were placed into the Inquisitorius program. Number 13, Trilla Siduri and the Ninth Sister. Trilla Siduri, the second sister, and the nameless ninth sister were also members of the Inquisitorius, both villainous characters in the official computer game Jedi Fallen Order. Trilla was a former Padawan of Ciri Hunda. Ciri Hunda cracked under torture and gave up her Padawan after being kidnapped by Empire soldiers, which contributed to Trilla's descent into the dark side. Trilla was brought in after her metamorphosis into the second sister to mock Ciri's failure as a Jedi and a Master. Ciri, filled with fury and regret, channeled her dark side and murdered everyone in the room, except Trilla before fleeing. Ciri cut herself off from the Force, fearful of descending farther into the dark side, until she met Cal Kestis. Number 15, Cal Kestis. Cal Kestis, the hero of Fallen Order, was a kid after the Clone Wars in the Padawan of Jaro Tapal, the only known Lasset species Jedi. Tapal, like Yoda, felt the fall of his Jedi colleagues during Order 66 and managed to keep Cal safe long enough to escape to the planet Bracca. Tapal was fatally wounded and died in the arms of his Padawan. Cal has been carrying his late master's lightsaber ever since. Number 16, Quinlan Vos. Quinlan Vos was given a last-minute transfer to the war-torn world of Kashyyyk to serve alongside Master Yoda and Master Luminara during the Clone Wars. He was tasked with assisting Wookiee chieftain Tarful in developing a strategy to combat the Separatists. Unfortunately, Order 66 struck during their preparations, throwing the entire galaxy into chaos. Quinlan Vos's escape that day is currently unknown, but Imperial officials and Darth Vader quickly added him to a list of priority kill targets for Jedi survivors. He later appeared in a vision to Darth Vader alongside Plo Koon and Shaak Ti, both of whom have since died. Quinlan Vos could suffer the same fate. Number 17, Kira Vantala. Kira Vantala was a female Jedi Knight who survived the Great Jedi Purge and went to an orphanage on the planet Ghatan during the Empire's reign after hearing rumors of a mysterious being abducting Force-sensitive children from all over the galaxy. She captured the mysterious being revealed to the Grand Inquisitor while stealing these children, but defeated him, saving the lives of many children in the orphanage and ensuring that he would not return. Number 18, Prasadibs. The 10th brother, or Prasadibs, as he was formerly known, was a Jedi Master who served alongside Mace Windu during the Clone Wars. During a peacekeeping mission on the planet Heesrich with Mace Windu, Dibs became disillusioned with the Jedi Order and became so enraged with him that he turned on Mace Windu and attempted to kill him. He was about to receive the death penalty for attempting to assassinate a Jedi Council member after being subdued and brought back to the Jedi Council for sentencing. But Mace Windu spared his life and asked Master Yoda to sentence him to rehabilitations. This proved to be a disastrous move, and shortly after Order 66, Prasadibs joined Darth Vader's Order of the Inquisitorius and assisted in the hunt for surviving Jedi. He was eventually assassinated. At number 19, Taron Malicos. During the Clone Wars, Taron Malicos was a trusted Jedi general first introduced in Fallen Order. Malik Koss crash-landed in Dathomir after killing his clone warriors, the home of the Dathomir witches known as Night Sisters. When he met Merrin, the sole surviving Night Sister, he convinced her that the Jedi were to blame for her sister's slaughter and promised her vengeance if she taught him Night Sister witchcraft. When Cal Kestis arrived in Dathomir and discovered Malik Koss's deception, the two fought until Merrin used her Night Sister magic to bury Malik Koss in the earth. More about Malik Koss may be revealed as the Fallen Order franchise expands with new games. Number 20. Jocasta Nu. Jocasta Nu was the Jedi Archives librarian in the temple on Coruscant. It isn't known how Jocasta survived the initial execution. Still, in the Darth Vader comics, Sidious desired that Jocasta be delivered to him alive since her wealth of knowledge would have been beneficial to the Empire. Jocasta met paths with the Grand Inquisitor when Darth Vader intervened when she returned to the Jedi Temple for additional holocrons with plans to build a school and restore the Jedi Order. After a lengthy battle, Vader and a battalion of Coruscant shock troopers captured and restrained Jocasta on a patrol transport. Jocasta disclosed Darth Vader's true identity, which she learned via an archive droid. Vader killed every shock trooper, including Jocasta, who accepted her destiny to maintain his secret. Next, at number 21, Nari. Nari was a human Jedi who escaped Order 66 and spent 9 years trying to discover a means to fight against the Empire in the ObiWan Kenobi Disney Plus TV program. His travels finally led him to Tatooine, where the Inquisitors followed him, and he unknowingly endangered both Obi-Wan and the young Luke Skywalker. Obi-Wan attempted to persuade Nari to surrender his Jedi status, but his intervention was too late, and the Inquisitors slew Nari. Number 22, Master Yuvel. Apart from the fact that he was a Jedi general, nothing is known about Master Yuvel. During the Clone Wars, however, he managed to elude his clone troopers during Order 66. After many years of concealment, Yuvel began to amass a collection of ancient and modern Jedi artifacts before selling them to an antiques dealer for safekeeping. His current fate isn't clear. 𝐸 at number 23. 𝐸, first seen in Star Wars The Clone Wars, was a Wookiee youngling with a bright future, until Order 66. 𝐸 escaped Order 66 according to the teaser for Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2, and he may face double prejudice. The Empire despised Jedi, but they also saw Wookiees as monsters who might be enslaved for pleasure. Number 24, 𝐸𝐿. During Order 66, 𝐸𝐿 was not an active member of the Jedi Order. Darth Vader comics stated that he felt the deaths of the Jedi in the same way that Yoda and Jaro Tapal did. Darth Vader tracked 𝐸𝐿 to a Jedi temple on a nameless moon, searching for a Kyber gem. 𝐸𝐿 escaped Vader, but the two met once more in Ambalar City. Vader conquered and executed 𝐸𝐿 using the former Jedi's lightsaber to make a new one for himself. At number 25, Zubain and Kenobi and Company. Zubain and Kenobi was a Zabrak Jedi who originally appeared in Star Wars Uprising, a mobile game, and Kenobi was offered refuge at a Jedi shrine on Anoat after surviving Order 66 alongside fellow Jedis Musiciel, Kandra, and Nudge, all new Star Wars canon characters introduced in Uprising alongside Kenobi. Unfortunately, the Inquisitors killed all four of them. Number 26, Kandra. Kandra was the final Jedi Knight of this group, and she managed to survive the longest, but soon lost her entire sense of identity as a Jedi. Sadly, she too was tracked down by this same Inquisitor and killed in cold blood. And that's it for this video. On your way out, hit that like and subscribe button till next time.